You have always wanted to become a content creator, but talking to camera makes you feel all nervous and sends chills down your back. I have made over 200 videos in the past 5 years, filming both in public and in private. And now I work as a full-time content creator. My goal is to get 1,000 people to become content creators. In an attempt to try to find out how to overcome this fear, you stopped here. Mr. Who's the Boss, a tech reviewer with over 13 million subscribers, started his own YouTube channel without his face in it because of that very reason too. Look, I've been there. I was that guy too. This was me when I first started 5 years ago. Similar to learning how to bike without training wheels. You're going to fall initially, and most people's perspective on content creation, I believe, is wrong. You don't even have to put your face into your videos at first. So in this video, I'm going to go through 5 ways in which you can use to overcome talking to camera. By the end of this video, you'll be able to take the steps needed to learn how to overcome your fear, but only if you decide to apply the knowledge you've gained. In order to explain this irrational fear of filming, we must first understand the reason behind it. So before I started filming, I was this guy who was very shy. I lacked a lot of confidence in myself. I would often put myself down just because of the way that I grew up, and I didn't really have much things going for me. I was very self-conscious. And the reason why I even started filming these YouTube videos in the first place, well, as a high schooler, YouTube was my everything. I've been watching YouTube for over 10 years. And seeing all these big YouTubers, my dream had always to become a YouTuber. Look, it was very difficult at first. I would often just throw myself on camera, but I wouldn't talk too much. Actually, when I first started, I started with a Minecraft channel. It was crazy. Then I kind of converted to a little bit more vlog style, but these angles were terrible. They were terrible. What I did, I knew that I wanted to do this thing, but I wanted to improve. So rather than try to get into my own head and say, you're not gonna make anything of yourself, I decided to just do it anyways. Who cares? I'm gonna suck. I'll just accept that I'll suck at the very beginning. So what I did was I started filming daily, literally every day, or if I knew I had plans, I was gonna bring a camera with me. And it's so accessible these days too. You have your phone. Your phone is such a great thing to use your resources. Filming is really similar to exercising or working out, really. It's not that different. If you want bigger chest or bigger arms, you gotta work it out, go to the gym, work it out. So filming is the exact same thing. Rather than your arms or your chest, you're working out your mouth muscle, your facial structures. These are things that not many people tell you about, but they're key to talking to camera. And so you just gotta remember, your mouth, cheek, eyes, face, they are just different muscles that we rarely use. We have all these facial expressions. We've got to utilize it. Look, to be fair with you, no one cares. Let me repeat that one more time. No one cares, okay? You think people care, but honestly, they don't. How do I know that? Look at my subscribers. Look at how many comments I get. I've been doing this for 5 years. Building up an audience is still difficult, but I built up the skills that I work as a full-time creator now. So I've been practicing online for the last 5 years, guys. It's fun. You really think that people are gonna judge you when you're such a small channel? No one's gonna find you anyways. Who cares? Put yourself out there. Do the thing you want to do. And plus, let's say that you're out in public. You're filming yourself. Have you ever seen that guy just holding a camera in public or just talking to the camera? You're like, oh, they're probably just recording this experience. Oh, they're doing this. Oh, they're doing that. Really? And honestly, no one cares. They're just a little bit curious when you first begin, but afterwards, they ignore you. Look at how you look at other people. Are you more judgmental of them? Then you might want to look at their mirror and think again. Try to recall, what did their face even look like? Do you remember? If you don't have a photographic memory, the answer is most likely no. I can recall bits and memories of these people, but I don't remember the face at all. okay? So who cares? And look, when you first start, you're starting at 0 anyways, and unless you share it with your friends or family or school, they aren't going to see your content. And maybe if you use your actual name, that might help them in finding it too. But yeah, they won't know for the most part. They won't even know that you have a YouTube channel. Do this in private. If you lack the confidence, don't tell anybody about it until you feel confident enough. Which, be sure that you feel confident enough, because they will try to push you down. That's the thing. People will try to crush your dreams whenever you have these grand dreams. They try to put you back into reality. So let's put it this way. What's more important? Your dreams or other people's opinion? For me, that was my dream. I'm gonna live with this decision for the rest of my life. I don't want anyone else saying, hey, you suck, and have that influence the decision I make, because I'm the one that's going to live with it, not them. All right, number 2. So I guess some of you might have this issue. I definitely had this issue when I first started. Not knowing what to say once you press the record button, right? Sometimes you just say, oh shoot, what was I gonna talk about again? Or you just kind of forget your line. Really, this is a form of stage fright. I call this camera fright. So camera fright, it's not too different from what stage fright is. You're in the center of attention and you kind of just blank out and forget everything you were gonna say. You had all these great, amazing ideas. The issue is, when you're put on the spot and it's kind of a new topic or idea you're talking about, you haven't rehearsed it at all, you tend to jumble up the ideas and forget it. And know this, some people are a natural. They might practice writing it out, they might practice rehearsing it in front of a mirror, whatever the case is, they've practiced this before, but it doesn't work for you. And that's why you're here. You're here to figure out all the ways that you can improve and talk to camera without being shy. And so here's what I found that's worked for me. I found that writing out a script helps really good, and then condensing it. So part of this video was a script. The intro for sure was a script, but this part is not a script. I just have bullet points of things that I need to hit. Another thing that's helped me a lot are questions. So write out your concept and ideas, then afterwards, write out questions that answer those concepts and ideas. So one of my questions was, what did I do? And that connects to improving. What did I do to improve? I remember the story behind it. I remember what I did to improve. So you're really asking yourself these questions to trigger the memory. Because it's easier to remember a question than it is to remember a long answer. At least for me. Another thing you can do is rehearsing it. I've mentioned rehearsing before, but film it once, okay? Go through the entire video, your content idea, whatever, film it once and do it again. This time without the script, whatever. The more you practice, the better and faster you will become. I mean, look at what you've done previously. What did you do before this? Do you play a sport? Do you play games? Whatever the case is, do you find that you improve after doing it more than 5 times? Well, talking to camera is the same way. It's not that different. You get used to it over time. That feeling of anxiety will eventually disappear. I promise you. But when you first start, you will get nervous, you will get butterflies, all of these things. And look, the third point, your first 50 to 100 videos will suck anyways. Record them. Who cares? This is just practice. Major athletes, professional athletes, how many hours do you think they've practiced? A ton. So unless you've done content in some shape or form before, you'll suck anyways. Don't take it to heart. Everybody sucks. If you don't trust me, look at my first few videos. It's really bad. I cringe every time I watch it. Look, if this is where your journey ends, so be it. You probably weren't meant to go down this path if this is all it takes to stop you. Stop watching the video here and stop wasting your time watching videos on content creating. But if you made it this far, you're that much closer to achieving your dream of becoming a full-time content creator. Alright, 2 questions for you before we move into the last 2 points. What is your biggest fear of talking to camera? How do you plan to overcome it? I've been doing this long enough to not take internet criticism seriously. There are lots of hurt people out there. And doing this does take courage of putting yourself out there. You can help others, like how others have helped me. And I am now helping you. Anyways, pause this video and answer those questions above. I'll tell you what to do with it at the end of this video. At this point, you have some ideas of what you can do to improve your mindset towards starting this new adventure. Let's finish with the last 2 points. 4, people judging you. One of the best quotes I've ever heard on this topic: those that haven't done it will say you can't do it. Those above you will encourage you to go for it. If you put your time and effort into it, you can get to where I'm at. It's not rocket science. All you need is time and effort. With some direction, you'll get going. The thing is, the people who've never accomplished anything, of course they're gonna tell you you can't do it. Why else? They've personally experienced failure. So it just makes sense that they're gonna say, oh, you can't do it. I've tried it already. Like, dude, you're not successful at it. Why are you telling me I can't do it when you're not successful at it? So I'm telling you now, even if you don't become a YouTuber, you still have a far career. The creator economy is taking off like never before. The future is the creator economy. The future are content creators. Whether you specialize in videography, video editing, sound, whatever, these are skills that will get you jobs in the future, I promise you. Number 5, this is the last point. Haters is a sign that you're growing. This might be a bit contradicting, but take a look at any celebrities out there. And do they have haters? Yes. Why? Because you cannot please everybody. It's impossible. Pleasing everyone would mean that you are perfect. And by nature, humans are imperfect. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm far from it. I would even say I'm at the opposite end of it. But you know, that's for another conversation. So now that you've learned that no one cares what to say when you're going blank, your first 50 to 100 videos will suck anyways, judgment is all in your mind, and haters are a good problem. These are the 5 obstacles that stop most people from filming themselves. I want you to write out your plan of action of what you will do to overcome your fear of talking to camera. Film yourself on your phone every day for 1 minute, just one, telling about your day. Explain something that you've learned recently. Whatever it is, just film yourself. The first 5 people who post one of those video links, YouTube video links that you have practiced onto your channel as unlisted if you still feel uncomfortable with it, I'll give you a personalized tip on how you can become better. And if you're person 6 and beyond, consider joining my Discord for content creation advice. It's a safe place where we talk about all things content creation, such as videography, video editing, ideation, and more. Look, don't be so hard on yourself through this process, because depending on the type of person you are, it'll take time to accustom yourself with being on camera. And I look back at the me from 5 years ago and say, thank you, me. I'm glad you put yourself out there, even at the risk of being wildly uncomfortable. Because of you, I get to live the dream of being a full-time content creator now. Don't fret, it's all part of the process.